Hey guys, it's me, Derek Sisney again, the founder and owner of Sisney Media, and today I want to do my video on something that I feel is missed by a lot of businesses and leaders, especially being someone who served in the United States Air Force. Um, One thing I learned through that is to take leadership or to take growth from individuals that I admired or individuals that led. So that can be a good or a bad thing, right? So it's that old saying, monkey see, monkey do. Well, it's the exact same thing when it comes to people. It is really people see, people do. And whether you like it or not, leaders affect an organization. That's just the way that it is. It doesn't matter whether you're a good or a bad leader, it's going to have an impact or an effect on an organization. Same way that it has an effect in the United States military. If my leader is not going to go out there and do the work, I am more likely to push back against that leader uh, than to just put my life on the line when he's supposed to be doing the same thing I am, or it's supposed to lead us into battle, right? So that's why leaders are so important, not just in the military, but in organizations and in all facets of life. This is normally called what I've heard it to be known as called the Law of Replication. It means that, and really, like begets like. For example, a tree begets a tree, people beget people, right? A chicken begets a chicken, right? Things like that. So, like begets like. That's what that law says. Now, if you're a leader, whether you like it or not, you are going to be replicating yourself. Let's let that one sit for a second. You, as a leader, if you're a pastor, if you're a community organizer, if you are the president of the United States, it does not matter one iota. You are going to be replicating yourself. And what that means is that people begin to adopt your behaviors and your habits or your followers. That's why Instagram and these influencers on social media has influence in the first place is because the businesses that put money into these influencers know that if they're good at what they do, then their followers are going to adopt their behaviors and habits and potentially buy the exact same clothes, the exact same purses, shoes, so on and so forth. So this means that if you have a strong personality, then your people are going to mimic that. They're going to mimic your mannerisms. They're just going to do that. And the crazy thing is, they might not even do it, or they're going to do it without even knowing it. Sometimes it's because our brain is this mirror. So we look at something that works, and we want to follow through with that. And we're like, okay, I really like that, so I want to make sure that I do the same thing, right? Because we see the progress or the hope that comes from that particular leader or that individual. Now, same thing with vision. If a church or an organization doesn't have any vision, then your people aren't going to have any vision. And in fact, it will really tamp out the fire that may have started for that organization to begin to develop. So if you are clear and you communicate a vision, then you'll develop leaders that do exactly the same thing, that they'll have a clear mind and they will be able to communicate the vision intelligently and effectively. They'll do that all the way down to, I believe, the cadence and the inflection of a voice. So how the tone and the speed and the words that's being used is something that's drawn upon. Now, this isn't something that will happen overnight. So if you decide to add new words into your vocabulary, this isn't something that's just going to continue on, right? Or it will continue on, but you have to maintain that. It's like anything else in life, creating a business, posting videos, doing podcasts. You have to be consistent with it. So if you change, then and you want your people to follow that change and to really mimic that change, then you have to be consistent with that. Consistency is going to be the key for you to set the tone as the leader. And this means that if you're late, they're going to be late. If you don't follow through, they're not going to follow through. If you're angry and defensive at feedback or angry and defensive at things that are going on in the world, then they're going to have that same exact type of negative feedback. But if you're humble, you're grateful, you're warm, engaging, You speak intelligently, you're even tempered, that you are willing to stand in the fire and you don't flinch, and you speak truth to power, or you stand up to truth, your followers are going to do the exact same thing. That's just the way that it works. So, what I'm encouraging you, I hope that it's encouraging you, is that it starts with you. You have to be the change. You have to be the change that you want to see in the world. You have to be the change that you want to see in your community. You have to be the change that you want to see in your church. It starts with you. We always, as human beings, we always step back and we look at it and we're like, man, I really wish someone would do this. Well, why not you? Why not let it start with you? We have to start by changing ourselves. When we change ourselves, we become the prototype, and it makes it difficult on us because we're the ones, first ones through the door, and the first one through the door always gets bloody, right? So it starts with you, and it starts with us as individuals, that become the prototype in your church, in your community, and it doesn't matter where you're at. Become the prototype and set the tone, right? Remember this: actions speak far louder than words ever will. Actions will speak far louder than words ever will. Always be careful. Pay careful attention, or be careful to your own behavior. Think before you speak, think before you act, and say, okay, what is the outcome? If I have followers and I have people that are willing and they're going to mimic me, how I respond to this is going to speak so much more than me just telling them what the case is. As you do that, you're going to replicate yourself throughout your organization, through your church, through all these different pieces of life. You will replicate yourself. So, and the final thing I want to say is, be a living example of what you want to be. Be a living example. We see in the media, we see through different places, is that uh, most people don't live the life that they speak. They're hypocrites. All right. I know the biblical side of Judeo Christianity is against that. Right. Don't be a hypocrite. Be who you are. Right. Be who you are. Stand up and stand for the poor and the downtrodden. Right. Be who you are. Right. And put yourself out there. Be the prototype. Take a chance. Don't let people dictate that and take that from you. So I just want to thank you so much for your time. Again, my name is Derek Sisney, and I'm founder and owner of Sisney Media, and I hope that you get value from this video. And if you do, please leave comments below. Share it with your friends and family, whoever you think needs to hear this, especially in this day and age right now. Side note, no, I'm not at a beach. I actually work in this area, and so I just wanted to come by and drop off a video for you guys here. But again, leave comments below. Uh, and the question I want to ask you, and I want you guys to answer this, is what can you do today to become the prototype? What can you do today to become the prototype, to implement the change? Thank you so much again for your time. I appreciate everything, guys. God bless.